In the land of digital gold, TA with TI Joey Bold. Charts light up as we unfold. Trust the signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, never the mission.
Guys, Piper Academy, that's where it's at. Let's get started in 3, 2, and 1. Make sure I push the right button. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time is your time. It's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you that trading does not have to be as complicated as we make it. It really doesn't. Now, on this show, what we do is we specialize in answering questions that either we've always had but never asked, didn't know where to go, or questions that we have before. Now, if that didn't make any sense, I am right there with you because I don't know what I'm trying to say. Very little sleep, but what I do know is that we're in for some hurts. We're in some hurts. Now, you may think, oh, man, Joe, get it together. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I did take an hour nap, though. Almost didn't wake up. All right. So let's get started, guys. Right now, we're looking at the crypto bubbles. Not looking good. I'm going to be honest, though. I was going to look a lot worse. I thought it was going to look a lot worse, and it's not. But mainly red. Does this mean that Bitcoin's going down? Or is down? Well, I just entered a long. Am I still in the trade? Yeah. I literally, like, not even a minute before I started the stream, I just entered a long. So we're going to see if that long plays out. Delete this. There we go. Okay. Go. Oh, wrong one. We're going to see if the long plays out. Lock that. There we go. Next thing I want to look at is, so we looked at the hourly, not looking great. Same thing with the daily. But we might see a little bounce. We might. This is the Fear and Greed Index. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. This is for the stock market. It's at 16. It is down 4 points for the crypto space. That doesn't look right. That's what it was this morning. Or earlier today. So we're going to try it again, and it says 45. It's still up 11 points. I really want to see this come back down 20, maybe even 10. We get some discount, so we can get some discount. And if you haven't already, guys, definitely smash a like. Smashing a like does help support the channel. Next, I want to go look at the liquidations heat map, and on the heat map, we're going to refresh this as well. We're going to look at the 24-hour time frame, which is up here. We have some really nice liquidity that's coming in right at 81.9. Total of $50.63 million. We have a little bit down here, kind of sneaking up on us at 79.5. And that's only 40 million. 40 million, that's it. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. We can see this really nice 81 points. We can just call it 81.9 million. I'm sorry, 1,000. So 81,898 with the liquidations of about 55.8 million. So this is what we're looking at. It's so 35 million. Not too exciting. At 79,477. I would be more interested in seeing it come up than potentially down. We have a lot of liquidity up top. A lot of liquidity for everybody shorting. So we have it at 81,998, 81,898, and some more up here at 82,895, and then some more up top. But these are the two levels that I'm really looking at. Let's go to the liquidity heat map, or rather the total liquidations. Total liquidations. Let's see here. Long's been getting wrecked on the hourly. 4.47 million on the 4 hour, and 56.81 million for the 12 hour, 111 million, and then the 24 hour, 134 million. So, like across the board, the longs have been getting absolutely annihilated. Hopefully, you have stop losses in place. Hopefully, you have risk management. That's the main thing. Oh, and I'm going I think I'm going to close on my trade. Oh, what did I do? I hate that I do that. Right now we're in an area that like we need to bounce. So I'm doing hopium right now on my trade. Well, let's look at what I do. Okay, so what do I do? How do I trade? So the way I trade is I use smart money concepts, which consist of supply zones, demand zones, market structure, order blocks, fair value gaps. That's all the stuff that I use without using all those very, complicated terms. That's how I trade. Same thing with ICT trading, inner circle trading. This is the composite man market. This is composite man, market makers, liquidity areas. That's what I do. So this is how I trade. But without using all these fancy terms that they use, I just show you on the chart. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the crypto bubbles. Let's go to the chart. This is what I'm looking at, and I'm going to get, okay. So we were looking at this earlier on my show. And on my show, price action was here. And of course, I go live every single day on my channel, Trade Intuition. Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to change this to 4. I was doing 5, but I'm going to do 4. That way from here on Sunday, we can go to Crypto Billies. But right now, I still haven't updated that. Price action was right here. And I was saying price action more than likely is going to come down to this area. Needs to bounce in this zone. If not, then the price may continue lower with the target / bounce price right around 71.8, which is right over here. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a bounce. Now, as you can see, price did come down, it bounced, started coming out, came back in, but this time it's creating a potential lower high at the moment. It can always change. So right now it's potential. Now, if we break this level, I don't want to see it break this level. I don't want to see it break this level. And let's put a yellow. And then let's go ahead and get the coordinates. And let's put this right here. This is the level that I do not want to see it break. 80.211. So I don't want to see it breaking 80.211. If it breaks this, there's a really high chance it's going to break this level at 80.011 and then continue down. So right now I just entered literally right before the show, 1 minute prior to the show. I said, okay, I'm gonna chance it. Granted, what I need to do is I need to wait. But I'm afraid I'm going to go on with the show and then I'm going to forget to enter the trade. I do have a stop loss, very tight stop loss right here at 79.850. And let's just see if this is potentially the bounce that we're looking for. If not, well, then I get stopped out. A safer entry. So this is for everybody who has, different risk levels. A safer entry would be the break of this. You can see that there's a perfect stop right there. Absolutely perfect. So this would be the safer entry, which would be right here at 80916. Once the 15-minute, or we can do 5-minute, once the 5-minute candle closes above this level, we get into the trade. Now, if you want to do a little safer, then you go on higher time frames. But right now we're trying to potentially catch the bottom. All right, so let's go and get started. I just checked. It's like, oh man, is my mic on? See here, Uncle Jesse in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. See here, we are So definitely smash the like on the way in. This helps with the channel. Right now, we're kind of doing some hopium right now. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm trying to catch this like bottom. If we do, then I will. I mean, it's part skill, but I will contribute to luck because right now, entering right now is extremely high risk because one, we haven't established a bounce, and the more candles you get, the stronger the confirmation of the bounce. Not only that, but the higher time frame you are in also confirms the bounce. But right now, I'm trying to catch it. Let's see here. Alexander G in the house. What's up, Alexander G? Appreciate you being here. Okay, we got all sets. Thank you guys for smashing the like. You guys are the best. Lunchable connoisseur. What's up, my man? What up, Joe? What up, everybody? Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys, man. You guys are amazing. Let's see here. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and let's just be in awe of this. No, I'm back. So let's put on I use this as my cheat sheet. So trying to give you the layout of my settings. We have the white line. This is our 9 SMA. The orange line is our 30 SMA. And currently we're underneath, the 30 is underneath, or rather, the price action is underneath the 30. What we're looking for is for the price action to break above the 30 SMA. Currently, it just broke above the 9 SMA. Then continue upward. What our goal is to eventually reach our VWAP. Our VWAP is, this is not our anchor, but this is our VWAP. This is the average for the volume. So we want to get at least to the average. And I do believe that this might be the possible area for the bounce. And if we get to this area, it's not going to go straight up. It'd be really nice so I can move my stop loss. But it's not going to go straight up. It's going to go up. Oh, let me draw out what I think might happen. Nobody knows. Let me see, just kind of eyeball. Okay, so we have levels right here. So right at this level, we have another level right at this level. Okay. So what I think might happen is a price action might go like so here, maybe even a little bit lower here. This will be great. Then break out. Then maybe do something like this. Then come back down here, and then something like that. Holding down shift, that way it doesn't move. Holding down shift, that way it doesn't move. Hold down shift, so it's a straight line. And then same thing. So this is what I'm looking at, and hopefully we get it. Any coins, questions, comments, concerns, issues, let me know, or forever hold your peace. And that's what we do. So I pretty much structure this show like I structure my own show on my channel, where I encourage questions. I literally beg you for questions. The first 5, 10, 15 minutes, sometimes we go strictly over Bitcoin. Sometimes I'll go very deep dive into the price action of Bitcoin, which can be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, give or take. Then after that, the rest of it shows up to you. You know, whether it's coins, whether it's questions. Instead of paying somebody $99 an hour, well, ask away. Instead of paying somebody $99 an hour, ask away. And if I don't know the answer, I'll let you know. But the benefit is there's a lot of very successful traders in this network. For one, Piper Academy Network, and for two, people who are watching this right now. There's a lot of them that are very, very talented, very successful. So if I don't know the answer, they're more than welcome to chime in and help out. And also, let's say I give an answer, but it's not something that another trader would do, or how they would mentor. You know, I encourage, give us your information. Like, we're all here to learn. We are all here to learn. Let's see here. Long C says, yesterday I was asking if I got my liquidation level down to 0 on a long by adding a bunch of margin and can be liquidated. Would you let ride for a long time? I see a risk, would you? Okay. So if I got my liquidation level to 0 on a long by adding a bunch of margin, can be liquidated. So there's different ways of adding margin. I've never actually added margin to a trade because depending on what platform you're on, depends if there is an actual button for margin or if you're just going to add to the trade. I personally have never added to margin. You can do that because it lowers your risk, but I've never done it. If I'm going to add to my margin, I'm going to actually add to the trade so it adds to the amount that I'm actually trading with, which in turn lowers the liquidation. But if you add, like say the price came down and you added here, it'll lower your average entry. But if you add it as it was going up, well then now your average entry is higher. But me personally, I've never added to my margin. I don't know if I can do that on MEXC. Margin. Oh, I can add to my margin. I've never done it. I've never done it. Let's see here. So I can add or reduce. I've never actually messed with that, to tell you the truth. So right now my liquidation is 79.44 1. 79.44 1. I've never done it. I don't know if I'd want to add to this because I mean, if it comes down, I mean, it could just dump and go to 77 or 71 rather. I don't know. I'll mess with that. I've never done it. I've never just strictly added to the margin. I've always added to the trade, which increased the margin, but I've never actually done the margin. So if anybody knows that answer, that'd be great if you could do that. I've never done it. I've never actually tried to do it. That'd be a great question. Let's see here. But as far as getting your liquidation to 0, I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know. See here, going down the list. Let's see here. Let's see. Mama Bull says subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what? You get that. And thank you so much for subscribing. Make sure the notification bell's on. There's several streams that go on, and really appreciate you joining us. Very nice. Let's see here. Going down the list. Let's see here. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call you, I guess, I don't know. So, give me a nickname. Give me a nickname I can call you. Or how do I pronounce it? I don't want to butcher your name. But I do thank you for being here. I absolutely do. So here, going down the list. So here, I think that's how Bitcoin moves too. I'm messing around with weeks. I'm in a 300x long. OMG. They must make so much money off people. They do. And that's how the exchanges make money, from the fees for one, and people, just getting liquidated and just trying to get in. No, it's rough. So here, so I can't be liquidated because it's 0. I don't know. So you add to winners or higher lows or retrace. Makes it easier to use. Yeah, I'm not sure. Be patient. Patience equals profits. Very true. Very true. Legible Connoisseur says it depends if it's on cross or isolated too. If you're on cross, it will use your margin on the side, right? I think, yeah. So that part I do know. So if you have cross margin, then it'll actually take out from your entire portfolio that you have on for the leverage. But that much I do know. Okay. Make sure you use isolated. Yeah. I actually wrecked my account. I didn't know how to trade leverage when I first started. And I had some money in there. And, you know, at this time, I wasn't like really good at trading. I was okay-ish, maybe, in a bullish market. And then I lost all my accounts. And I was like, huh, that's weird. It was a lot of money, too. So I just put more. And then I'm trading. And then I go to bed and I wake up the next day and it's zero again. Did that 3 times. The 4th time, it almost went to zero. Then I asked my buddy, I happened to be talking to him at the time. And I asked him, I said, well, why is my like money going to zero? Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. First question he asked was, are you on isolated or cross? I said, what's that? He was like, oh no. That's when I was trading on Binance, and Binance would automatically put it on cross. I was like, oh, that's what happened. It was pretty bad. See, Mama Bull says, I've added margin to keep a trade going until it came back into profit, but I was lucky. You could end up adding more and staying in the trade for too long. Very true. Better use a stop loss and re-enter. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I've actually done that. There was 3 trades that I was in all at once, trading with a lot of money, more money than I normally trade with, just because I thought it was a sure thing. And sure enough, trade went against me. And then I added. So whenever I add to a trade, I always double. So let's just say, for example, I enter this trade and I'm not going to have a stop loss. So that's part of the plan. I'm not going to have a stop loss. I'm going to enter every time it goes to a certain point. Usually it's around 60, 70% at a loss due to my leverage. I'm going to double my entry. So let's say I did $50 here. Well, then if it comes down, then I'll put $100. If it comes further down, I do 200. If it comes further down, I do 400. And I'm prepared to do this, multiple times. But on this particular occasion, there was 3 coins that I was in. The market was just starting to turn over. We didn't know yet because, well, it was in the process of doing it. We never know until after the fact. Oh man, look at that. It broke this level and broke, after the fact. And sure enough, did it hurt. And I was adding, and I added like 3 times. And I actually said on my live stream, it was like, man, I could probably add 3, maybe 4 more times on each trade, 3 trades, but it could continue coming down. Like I don't like it's something's not right, and I don't want to lose all my money, because that is a possibility of trading that way. You could lose everything, and I said, man, but it's gonna hurt me if I just close my trades. It's literally, mentally, financially, emotionally gonna hurt me, because that was not part of the plan. The plan was not to, close out my trade at a loss. My plan was to keep on adding in, but I was adding too many times and it wasn't looking right. So on the live stream, I said, I'm gonna have to close them. I don't want to. And to me, that's very important, because you see the emotions and the thought process of a trader in the moment of making that decision. And sure enough, I said, I'm gonna close it. And I closed it, and you can just see it on my face, and I was like, man, that hurts. But I had to, because now I have money still left over that I can trade with. But man, did it hurt. 3 trades I closed, and I had added in like 3 times already. And man, I tell you what though, I am very happy I closed those trades, because sure enough, I literally would have had to add to the trades at least 3 to 4 more times, because the price kept on coming down, then kind of come up a little bit, then come down some more. We're doing lower highs, lower lows, and there's like, shoot, man, like a extremely strong possibility that I would have been liquidated out of all of my money. That was not good, but I didn't, so it was a plus. It was a benefit. All right. Hey, we got Caffeinated Crypto in the house. What's up, my man? Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much for smashing the like. You guys are the absolute best. I love you guys. I really do. But once again, if you have any questions, please let me know. The questions are extremely important. Let's see, because not only does it help you, but it helps new traders coming in, or traders that may have forgotten this portion of trading or whatever. But it is really important. Now, as an experienced trader, if you want to help out the new traders, ask a question. Of course, you already know the answer to, but ask a question that you would have liked to have known when you were beginning, but you just didn't know how to ask the question. And that happens quite often, where as a new trader, you don't know what questions to ask, or a newer trader, because you haven't had the experience yet of, oh man, when this happened, this and this happened. Like, what can I look for differently? Let's see here. Legible Connoisseur says, hey, did I miss something? Live chat. Okay. It's messed up. These exchanges automatically put it in cross. Yeah. Gets lots of new people. Yeah. I've definitely done that. Yep. Telling you. See here. Crypto manipulation trader. I like the name. Did you enter long now, bro? Oh, I entered. I mentioned this at the very beginning of the show. 1 minute prior to the show starting, I entered. And so as soon as the show started, I mentioned that I had entered right here. It's very high risk, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to catch this bottom. I'm trying to catch the higher low. Extremely high risk. To make the trade a little bit safer, I'm on the 5-minute time frame. To make the trade a little bit safer, I would recommend waiting for a 5-minute candle close above 80916. But here I entered. But of course, I had all my thought process already planned. On my channel earlier today at 12 Eastern time, I was saying that I was wanting to come into here to this zone. And I put on here, needs to bounce in the zone. If not, the price may continue lower with a target / bounce to 71,780. And I got that from these levels over here. And between this level and this level, right around the middle, is 71,780. If we don't make this level, if we don't bounce here, this is a great short to this level. Now it's not going to go straight down. It's going to go, down, up, down, up. But, here's my plan A, or my plan A, my plan B. I'm looking for a bounce. I'm looking for it to take this area. But if it does come down, break this level, it's more than likely going to take this area of liquidity before continuing down to this level. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. That's what I've been waiting for. Then right before the show, it's like, let me go ahead and try to enter this, because if not, I'll get you talking, and then I'll get you forgetting, and then I'll get you missing. So right here, I entered. Of course, I let everybody know right at the beginning of the show, this is what I'm doing. And if it comes down, I get stopped out. Okay, no biggie. I have to have a stop loss. Because I don't want to be adding and adding. Because, especially on this trade, because it's a strong chance, man. If I break this, we're going to go down much, much lower. So I don't want to add and add and add and add. And, how many times can I add before I run out of money? That's the downside of doing that plan. I've done it before, and I've been successful too. The way I do it, now I trade with higher leverage, but the way I do it is once I'm down 60, 70%, I'll double my entry. And if I go down 60, 70%, I'll double my entry. If I think that the price is going to go up, if I think that it's a bullish pattern, bullish, whatever you want to have bullish, that's the only reason I'll do it. I won't do it just to be like, oh, I don't want to lose, let me put money in. No, like I'm pretty confident, I'm very confident that the price should potentially go up due to the higher likelihood or probability of it going up. So then I'll add and add and add. But then they'll get to a point where it's like, man, I don't want to add anymore. I'm scared. Let's see here. Mama Bull says, I feel your pain. Yep. Valuable lessons are learned through mistakes. Yep. Very true. Very true. CJ says, what is the reason for everyone wanting to use cross? Well, when you use cross, you really don't have to do, so the benefit of cross, and I'll let y'all know, is you don't have to have a stop loss. You can, but you don't have to. So the benefit of cross is price comes down, you're losing money, but when you're in cross, it'll actually take out your money from your leverage trading account and put it into the trade so that you're healthy in the trade. And then once it starts going up, well, you didn't lose any money. Now you're making money versus, coming down, being down 30, 40%, being down $100, $400 or less or more, depending on how much you have in the trade. And instead of being down that money, well, you're not, because it's taken out from your trading account to put into the thing. So as soon as it starts going up, well, then hopefully you're in profit. The only problem is, for me, it's very hard to see and kind of judge like what's really going on as far as the amount of money being exchanged and trying to help balance out my account. So what I'll do is I'll just do isolated. And if I'm down, okay, well, then I know I'm going to put X amount of money into this trade. So I can kind of keep track of my money. Not saying that the exchanges can, make mistakes, but I would rather keep an eye on my money, because even now there have been times like, man, I could have sworn I had more money in there. But if it was on cross, there's no way I could kind of see that. Let's see here. Lunchable Connoisseur says, I think emotions are one of the hardest things to train in trading. Takes time and losing, yes. But you learn. I still catch myself sometimes. Yeah, that's so true. That's spoken from a true OG right there. One of the most difficult things to overcome as a trader, because it's part of being human, is emotions. Fear of missing out, anxiety, depression, anger, jealousy. Oh man, like I'm in this group and all these people are making money. What's wrong with me? Doubt. There's all these emotions that go into play. But when you start, just kind of strip it down, and the way you gain confidence in your trades is by having winning trades. Basically comes down to that. How do you get winning trades? By trading. How do you trade? You find key levels of support resistance. And then what I would recommend is trade with very little money. Trade with $10 and treat each dollar as if it was 100, or better yet, 1,000. So when you put your stop loss, you can only lose like 10 cents or whatever it's going to be. But to other people, it looks like 10 cents, but to you, because you're trading a different way, this $10, it's X amount of dollars. So this 10 cents that I'm losing is actually $1,000. Like I have to protect that money. I don't want it going down, so I'm only going to risk 1,000. So the psychological part of trading, it's rough. It really is. But the more you do this, then of course the easier pretty much it gets. For most people, some people it's very difficult to get the emotions out of trading. Sometimes, you'll be really happy and you'll be clapping or jumping around or, telling your spouse, hey, we're winning, and getting emotional. Well, when you do that, that's dangerous. It should be literally like you're playing chess. Literally. You know, you don't show your opponent that you're happy. It's like, oh yeah, I took your king or I took your whatever. You don't do that. It's very, your pawns or whatever, like it's very just intelligence, your brain, your thought process. You know, you're using this and not this, you know, and you're not screaming, you're not hollering, you're not, you know, telling your brother or your mom or your, you know, your friends, hey man, check this out, man. I did this, you know. You don't do that because that is way wrong, way wrong. What you do is you look at it, you analyze it. You're like, okay, fine. You know, I'm making money, or okay, I'm losing money, but that's part of the plan. Here's my stop loss. If it keeps on coming down, I get stopped out. Does it suck? I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, it sucks. Yes, it does. You lost money. You lost. But it could have been way worse. Could have lost all of it. And then you have money for another trade. And you try it again. Now you win. Now you're like, okay. But you don't get happy about it. You don't, you know, tell your spouse or, hey, look at this. Look at... No. Like, it's literally chess. And you're playing against the opponent. You don't want them to see your feelings. It's just like playing cards, poker. You know, if you have, let's say, a pair of aces, or, you know, you're going to get a royal flush, or whatever it is, if you know how to play cards, then you know what I mean. You have really great cards in your hand. I put it that way. You have really great cards in your hand, and you see what's on the table. You don't crack a smile. You don't have your eyes open up more. You don't start getting a little giddy and like, oh man, I'm gonna win. No, you don't do that. You look at it, you put it down, and you wait. You see what the other players do. In this case, you wait. You see what the price action is going to do. Is it going to bounce on your support? Is it going to, you know, get rejected on your resistance? What is it going to do? Is it going to break through? What is it going to do? And you wait. Then somebody, you know, raises or folds or, you know, calls or whatever they do. Then you go and you look at your cards again. In this case, you're looking at your chart again. All right, so now I have more data that's come through. I have more bars. I see that it's potentially gaining support here, and it looks like it's going to go up. All right, I'm still good. And then you go and you reveal your cards. But you don't get all giddy and happy, and because again, you're trading against other people. And if you get your emotions involved in it, the emotional trader is the worst type of trader. So here, Mo Bull says, what's your take profit target for this trade? Oh, good question. So the way I trade is I just move with my stop loss. I move with my stop loss, and I'm looking for levels of resistance. For example, we have this zone. We have this zone right here. So let's say price, let's say price, we'll do this, we'll draw it. So let's say price does this number. It's up and does this. And as it's doing this, you know, and I expect it to come down. Now, by this time, I've already moved up my stop loss. So I'm in profit. So I'm not worried about the profit. Then it comes up here and does this. And it comes up here. Okay, this is an area of resistance. We got this block. And now my stop loss, let's just say it's right here. And, you know, I entered way over here. My stop loss was down here. Then I moved it up. Then I moved it up again. And then it comes down, it comes up. And then now it comes to this area. And then it starts coming down and it starts breaking these levels. So now what I'm doing is more than likely I would have taken profit. Let's see here. Maybe here. It depends on what the price is doing at the time. But definitely in this area. If I see that it's starting to roll over or starting to, the candle bodies like looking like this, to where it's kind of like, looks like it might roll over, I'll take some profit. I'll take the profit off the table. Now, the way I trade is not based off of emotions. It's based off of what I'm seeing in the moment. Then as price comes up here, more than likely, for sure, I'll be taking profit. Because now I'm in decent profit and moving up my stop loss. And then I'm expecting it to come down, so I'm not worried. You know, if it comes down here, I'm not worried. And then it comes up again, even better. Now, what will happen is it'll come up here, and then potentially break this level, find support, keep on going up, and I just ride it. I ride it as long as I can. You know, sometimes these swing trades, sometimes these scalp trades will turn into swing trades. Not too often, because usually I'll be taking profits on the way up. But you want to take profits on the key levels, which this is the key level right here, just due to this range that it has. Come on, it's breaking down. Let's go. I know it's kind of hard to see. So let's click on this, and let's click on this. Come on, man. It was doing so good. It was doing so good. My stop loss is way down here. I don't want to break in this level. Break this level, man, I'm in trouble. Let's see here. CS says, what made you determine Bitcoin was going to take that area of liquidity? Just because it's an area of liquidity. That's all it was. Nothing special. We had this nice run up. Let me take off some of this junk. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen, regardless who you watch. No one knows what's going to happen. But due to this, it came down and it shot straight up. So because of that, this to me is an area that the market makers may want to come to. Just like how it shot straight up here. It's not going up, down, up, down. Not doing that. Sure enough, it came back for this liquidity. Then it came back for all this liquidity, and then this liquidity, and then all this right here, man. This right here, I saw this last night on my stream. I also do midnight streams too. Give you a heads up. Sometimes, it just depends. Make sure the notification bell is on for my channel. And sure enough, you know, it came and took it all. Like, it didn't have to, but it did. So as I'm seeing it right here, I was like, you know what? It already came down this far. It took all this liquidity. This part took this. But what's to stop it from not taking this? I mean, we're here already. Why not just take this? So that's why my thought process was it might come down. We're going up. So that's what that was. Let's see here. Okay, right now I'm only down 3%. Oh, come on. Come on, Bitcoin. CK Diggity says, crazy day today. Ready to get into some crazy price action. Let's smash that. Yeah, like smashed. Very nice. Very nice. Uncle Jesse says, I'm too busy at the moment. Sorry for not being active as a user. Oh, no problem, man. You're good. Okay, let's see here. Let's get some more likes, guys. Let's get some. We strive for 100% likes every single show. Hopefully, I provide you with quality content. If I do, please smash the like. If I don't, it's some kind of crazy hack. YouTube algorithm hack. You smash the like twice down. So thumbs down, then thumbs up. You have to do it in that order. Thumbs down, thumbs up. And by doing so, it's some kind of crazy hack that it shows the algorithm that I'm really horrible. Really horrible. So give you a time. All right, moving on. See here. Let's see. I'm helping Princess with her Discord. Oh, nice. Very nice. Hey, we got Road Dog in the house. What's up, Road Dog? Appreciate you, man, for being here. Joe's Fitting Alpha. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I like watching Road Dog. He has a 10:30 p.m. show. So I'll catch him. And it's daily, too. I'll catch him, and then I'll be watching him and also Lunar Beaches Crypto, which has a mad show, Markets After Dark, on the Piper Academy Network at 11. So I'll have them both open, and I'll be commenting on both, but I have them both like kind of not muted, but turned down low. That way they don't overpower each other. And that way I can watch both of those, plus do my charts, plus do my group. But thank you, man. Thank you, Road Dog. Yeah, and I love Road Dog's community because, man, I made a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, I made a lot of money with people from his community because they'll give out coins that I've never heard of or that it would never been in my radar. So thank you, Road Dog. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Uncle Jesse says, but still listening to Joe. No, not a financial advisor. Man, come on. I needed to bounce. Let's go. It's retraced like golden pocket area of this move. Bounce. Let's get that bounce going. See here. See. Great advice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. See here, Lost on Crypto says bingo bango. That's right, guys. Bingo and a bango. Not looking great. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's go up. If you have coins you want me to do, guys, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. So, give you a heads up. Give you a heads up. And then, I'm going to see here. Let me go to this really quick. Gonna check something. Okay, very nice. And check one more spot. Okay, let's see. Okay, very good. All right, I just checked it. Oh my gosh, it's going down. Oh, and one thing that I do is, like, if it comes down, I don't get mad. There are sometimes, like, if I lost a trade, it's like, all right, fine, you know, I'll get into another trade and I enter it again. I lose again, it's like, come on, man. Like, it's time for you to go the way I'm thinking you're supposed to go. But I tell you what, though, I do get emotional, upset when I say, you know what, I'm not going to enter anymore, because now it's kind of like revenge trading, trying to make up what I lost. I'm not gonna trade anymore. And then it reverses at that moment. I don't know if it's with the universe or what, and it changes and it goes, and I was like, really? Right when I said I'm not gonna enter again, you shoot up. Thanks. See, CJ says, that's what I struggle with, seeing where it's going to bounce. So nobody knows what's going to happen. That I have to stress very, very clearly. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Now, whenever I do my arrows, there's a lot of times I am very, very accurate. And then there are some times where I am way off. So even though, like, there's where it's like to the T where the bounce might happen, whether it's, you know, coming up and coming down, coming up. But there's times where it's so far away. Like, I'm thinking, because I always have a plan A, plan B. So anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. It's either going to go up or down. Anybody can do that. But what I do when I'm showing you this, I say, this is my plan A. This is what I'm thinking. If this doesn't happen, you know, we get rejected off of this trend line or whatever it is, then this will more than likely happen. Because anybody can do a plan A, plan B, and then be right. I told you, it went up, I was right. Or it went down, I told you, I was right. But what you really want to do is, for anybody who says up or down, which everybody does, I mean, you need to have more than one plan. Plan A, plan B. Sometimes even a plan C. But ask them, are you leaning more towards up or down? And see what they say, if they don't block you. But see what they say. Because that right there is the really important question, because anybody can say up or down. Anybody. But to say, I'm leaning more towards up, because now you're making a decision. I'm leaning more towards up, you know, because I think it might do this. Don't know, but it might. And if it does, well then, boom. But if we get rejected here, whatever, and we break this level, then more than likely we're coming to here. But once again, nobody knows. But always ask, you know, what are you leaning more towards up or down right now? That way they have to make a decision. And that way, if they say, I told you it was going down, like, well, you kind of said that you were leaning more towards up, then they'll ban you for sure. Give me a heads up. All right, moving on. 5-minute time frame. We're just staring at Bitcoin. I think y'all just want to see me get wrecked. That's why y'all aren't doing any coins. They're like, we want to see this guy get liquidated. No, not liquidated, but stopped out. Let's see here. That's what I struggle with, seeing where the price action may go. Some people are so good at it. I'm thinking if it takes that low, why not the next low? Lord, do that. Yeah. Because this can literally bounce anywhere. You can have perfect point of control, value area high or low, VWAP, bullish divergence, bullish pattern. The RSI is perfect. Just everything is perfect, saying it's going to go up, but it can still go down. Why? You had like 44 things that said it was going to go up. Why would it go down? Because we're trading against people. That's why. If it was a program and it was 010101, well, then we would know, okay, it's going to be 01010. Like we know the next series of numbers. But since we're trading with people and market makers, anything can happen. Now, the only thing that we can do is have higher probability that something might happen. Now, notice the phrases that I use, the terms, the words, the structure of my mind, my thought process. Might, possibility, higher chance of, all these are, nobody knows. But if you get a mentor or somebody you watch that says it will do this if this happens, be careful. Now, they may say it by accident. They may say that it will come down here if this breaks. But hopefully they can change their thought process or wording, because when you do that, you create a bias. It will do it. Like it's for sure. But if it breaks this, there's a high possibility that it's going to break this really easy and then continue coming down and then go to our 7180 level. 71780. There's a really high chance it'll do that because nobody knows. I have to say that all the time. Nobody knows. One of my buddies, he has a group also, and in his group, something that happened. Somebody asked them to check a chart. I was like, oh no, it's overbought on this, and this time frame. It's going to go down, and it's going to go down right here. Like I wouldn't buy it because it's overbought. It's coming down. And I had to tell him, I was like, dude, like, hey, we got blood in the house. What's going on? We got a superstar in the house. Yet another one. Happy you're here, brother. Happy you're here. But yeah, so when that goes into play, it's like you can't have that mindset. You have to change your vocabulary, because if you keep on saying it, you're going to think it. It's going to go down if it breaks this level. Like if it breaks the level, there's no way it can go back the other way, because you're saying it over and over. It will do this. It will do that. It's always, there's a chance of, there's a higher probability. The likelihood of it doing this increases due to X, Y, and Z. Like you always have to have a reason for your statement. And that's one thing that I strongly recommend, like all these mentors that are out here, like I ask questions. I ask questions to see if they can explain stuff. Because there's a lot of really smart people out here who can trade, but is it just luck? Or, because I can get a quarter and flip it and it land on heads, 50% of the time, about. Is it just luck, or do they know what they're doing? So what I do is I ask questions, and that's why I encourage everybody here, ask me questions, test me. There's a lot of people that don't like to be tested. Test me. Like I'm very confident in my abilities to trade. Now, do I lose? Sure. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I lose. But do I win? Yes. And I win because I have these very simple concepts: support, resistance, trend lines. I'm in a lot of groups, and there was one group, dude actually called me out. It was like, Trade Intuition, you always say you do support, resistance, trend lines, but I never see you draw trend lines. As I draw them with my eyeballs, man. But when I need to, I'll put them on the chart so that, you can see a level. But I do it all the time. We got blood in the house. Let's see here. Let's see. We want to see you win. All right, let's get those positive vibes in. Positive vibes. But yeah, so that's what I do. I literally ask people questions to see how they answer. Is it an answer that you can kind of see that they're just like grasping at stuff, or it's something that they truly believe in because they've been teaching it so much and they understand the process? And that's what I do. And there's times where I'm generally curious on the question, or a lot of times, like I kind of know my answer, not saying that my answer is right, but I kind of know my answer. I want to see how their thought process answers the question. So that's a little trick I do, just to see like who's who and what's what. See, CJ says, right now, I was thinking your plan B is correct because I was seeing it reject at the value area low because there was an order block there, which it just rejected from. Hey, there you go. There you go. Yeah, so like for me, what I'll do is I always look to the left. And looking to the left, of course, higher time frame. Looking to the left, you can see all these levels. You can see where the candles stopped. For me, there are certain things that I do. I treat support resistance levels very, very strongly. Of course, the higher the time frame, the stronger it is. And from a 0 to 10, the strength of a level is an 8. Now, of course, this is on a 5-minute time frame, so it's a weak 8. If it was a daily, it'd be a very strong 8. Then I have points of control. Those are about a 4. Then I have moving averages. Those are about a 4. Why a 4, Joe? Great question. Great question. Let me go ahead and hide my, what did I do? Hide my drawings. Let's go to the daily time frame. This is our 200 SMA. Now, when people see the 200 SMA gets, when the price action breaks below or above, they're either very bearish or very bullish because it's a 200 SMA. This is a average. This is an average of the candle body closes. It is not a magnet. I hear a lot of people calling this a magnet. There is nothing in trading that's a magnet. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. There is nothing in trading that's a magnet. This is an average. The average candle body closes. So when the price breaks below this and closes underneath it, everybody gets super bearish, like, oh man, we close a daily 200. It's going to 71, it's going to 18, it's going to 8. No. Just look. This is why it's a 4 on my strength scale. Broke down really easy, but then it got, resistance. Broke up very easy. Then it broke down very easy. Then it was resistance. Then it broke up, broke down, resistance, broke up, broke down, resistance, broke up. And then where's the magnet? There is no magnet. If you understand the definition of an average, you would know that the average candle body closes are where this line's at. That's saying that one, the average will either go up to the price action. Now it's slow because it's 200, it's a 200 SMA, or the price action will eventually come down to the average of the candle body closes. Doesn't mean that it'll stay here because it can go lower, which we've seen time and time again. Same thing with it can go higher. This is not a magnet. It's an average of the candle body closes. This is a effect of the cause. The cause is the price action. And I always look at it as if this is the tow truck and this is the car that it's towing. The car that it's towing can only follow the tow truck. This will never lead the tow truck. This moving average will never lead the price action. The price action dictates what the moving average will do. Price action goes up. Guess what the moving average does? It goes up. Price action goes down. Guess what the moving average does? It slowly catches up. So I'll give you a heads up on all that. All right, moving on. Moving on. See here. Alexandra G says, Joe, I have to get on that road. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. See here. Blood says, that's all you need. LOL. In my opinion, it is. Now, granted, do I use more than the... So I get this asked a bunch. What are my indicators? Top Most important to, I guess, least price action. Without price action, you can't do anything. Next, countdown to bar close. I need this to see when the next bar is going to open. And then my third one, I usually use the VWAP because it's an average of the volume where all the price action occurred, the buying, the selling. That's very important. Then after that one, I would say moving averages, because it's all those are averages. And when what I do is I use them as gauges. You know, is it strong or is it not strong? Is it healthy or not healthy? You know, and that's basically where the price action's at. So here, moving on. Hey, we got Daring Does Things. Hey man, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you. See here, Road Dog says, I agree. Respectable traders think and speak in probabilities, not absolutes. Responsible traders. I'm still learning how to read. I can't read words, but I can read charts. Can't read words, but I can read charts. That's right. That's right. Let's see here. Going down the list. Uncle Jesse says, please, everyone who likes the explanation of the teaching Joe is giving, make sure you're giving it a like on the stream. Yes, it does help support the channel, guys. It really does. All right, going down the list. Derek Dusting says, I speak about probabilities, but the higher ones. And I'm okay to be wrong. Yeah, but I trust myself. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you never want to say it will do this or it will do that. That's when we get in trouble. All right, let's see, go back to our trade. How's our trade doing? Not so good. Not so good. All right. Let's see here. Okay, going down the list, seeing who else we got. See if we have any questions. See, today's Thursday. Yes, I found that out today. Very happy about that because tomorrow's Friday, and tomorrow it's when we go to Crypto Coin Mindsets channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's called Crypto on the Rocks. We have a few brewskis. We talk about crypto. We talk about government. We talk about whatever. It's pretty much like being around a campfire, kicking your feet up and shooting the breeze. So give you a heads up. We do that on Fridays, which tomorrow, 7 Eastern Standard Time. We're going down the list. So here we got another question, I believe. Okay. I love questions, guys. Load me up. All right. CJ says, but do you think moving averages can change price action? Negative. Moving averages are a result of what the price action does. If the moving average goes up, that's only because the price action went up. It's never, so there's several different ways you can think of it. One, the price action is the tow truck. Moving average is the car. The car can only do what the tow truck is doing in front of it. If the tow truck turns right or left, the car will go either right or left. The car can never dictate what the tow truck's going to do. And I hope that visualization makes sense. Same thing with price action. You can consider this as an adult. And I usually draw on this. So this is the adult with adult legs, okay? And the adult, oh, there, I guess they're wearing shoes. They're wearing high heels. It's a mom. So the adult mom with very thick legs, she's got cankles. It's all right, though. So her legs are much longer than her child's legs. Her child's legs are very tiny. So she can make longer strides than the baby. So this moves first and this moves second. The adult is holding the child's hand, and the child can only go where the mom goes, or the adult. If the price goes up, moving average goes up. Price goes down because, why does the price go down? Joe, you said this is not a magnet, but it's a magnet. No. What goes up will come down. It's just that simple. What goes up will come down. There is no coin that in the history has ever gone up 100%. What goes up will come down. I know I said don't speak in absolutes, but this is the only absolute that I believe you can speak. What goes up will go down. Just a minute swing. What goes down will go up unless it's a rug pull. This is how price action works. This is how the money is made from the market makers. They are creating liquidity going up and also going down. This is the only thing that the price has to do. It has to go up and has to go down. Now, this is not a magnet. Price action is going down because guess what? It went up all this way. So the moving average can only do what the parent or the tow truck allows it to do. It can only go up. I have never seen a moving average go up when the price did not go up before it. I've never seen that, ever. If you have, let me know. Let me know. All right. Let's get back to the question. So the question is, do you think moving average can change price action? Nope, because of the people putting in orders based off of price going, okay, that's a good point. Now, people, whether they learn from whatever mentor, as I learned from a mentor, saying that the moving average was a magnet, and they will place orders there. Now, you have to grasp the concept that the moving average is just that. It's the average of where the candles close. So you have a higher probability that if the price action comes down, let's put on our moving averages. We'll do the moving average. Let's say, well, then we'll just say up. But I need to get a good spot for this example. So here, price action's here. This is my 30 SMA. Why do I use a 30? I just do. I did a lot of back testing and I found this to be very, very nice to see the average of where the price action might go. So let's say people say, oh, well, it's going to probably come up to here because of the average. Can people start putting their orders in? Sure. But just know that it's an average. So it doesn't mean that it has to go there. It can easily come up here and then come down. For example, this same average that we're looking at, and that's why I use this example, you know, let's say you had that same thought process. Oh, it's going to go up to the average. Here it did. Here it did. Here it did. Oh, here it didn't. 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 Here it didn't. Oh, here it did. You see, Joe, I told you. Really? Price action does what it wants. It finds support where it finds support. It crosses the moving averages when it crosses the moving averages. These are an average of the candle body closes. Could this average stay here? Sure, and it did. Look. Then it broke below it. Then it went, now it's on it. Because this is the average. The average will stay the average until the price action breaks above the average closes. And then now this, it's the cat and mouse game again. Now it's got to chase the price action. Hopefully that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat if all that made sense. I know that was a lot of information. Put a 1 in the chat if it made sense. Put a 2 if you disagree and why. And I want people to not be an echo chamber. If you don't agree with any of the statements that I just did, put a 2 and why. Always have a reason for your thought process. And I encourage, put a 2. Like, I don't get upset. I don't get offended. Maybe there's something that I'm not looking at or understanding, and you could be helping me out. So put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. Put a 2 if you disagree, and the reason why. The reason why is very important. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Going down the list. Hey, we got Mike in the house. What's up, Mike? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you. I want to see a lot of responses, guys. Like, I don't want to just see like 5 or 6 or 10. I want to see the majority of people in here. Do you agree or not? And it's okay if you don't. It is 100% okay if you don't. I don't get mad. I don't get, oh, I'm showing them something and it's probably something they've never heard of, or maybe it's something you have heard of. Put a 1. Or if you don't agree with it and you've heard it before, put a 2. So-and-so talks about it and he always loses, or it never does what he thinks it's going to do. Let me know. If it's me, let me know. See here. Going on the list. See, we have Lunchable Connoisseur say, one thing I did was make folders of monthly, weekly, daily. Yes. See, that way if I need high time frames coming, yes. That's, yeah, I'm not sure you can see it over here. I got my weekly, I got my daily. And then all these are just from like every single time I do a stream. Like I'll do all these drawings and then I'll put them in a folder. And that way I just delete all these recent drawings, but I keep and I lock them too. So you hover over this and you can actually lock it. So if you try to delete it, it's gonna say, oh, wait a minute, man. Are you sure you wanna do this? Oh, no, I don't. And so these I have for my actual very strong levels. Let's see here, going down the list. Did I miss anybody? Okay. Reading those comments. Very good. And we just have some ones in the chat. Okay. K Diggity says, Joe, I often feel late to a trade. Sometimes I do too, man. I do too. So I'll let you know what I do after I read what you do. But at the same time, I'm waiting for price action to develop. And that's the key, man. Like patience was my most expensive lesson. Man, talk about spontaneous. Right here, this guy, spontaneous. I would see something, but like, oh, I'm in. Like I didn't even care. I didn't even look at the chart. Oh, okay, I'm buying. But now what I do is I set alerts. The alerts will save your butt. They really will. You set alerts. You let the trades come to you, so that when your alert goes off, you can check the trade and see, oh, is it ready? Or maybe not yet. Let me set the alert again. Or maybe let me put an alarm on my phone 12 hours from now and see if it's ready at that time. But how do you confirm your bias and not feel like you're too late to enter? So for one, always know there's always a trade. Whether it's today or tomorrow, there's always a trade. For two, what I do quite often is I'll set alerts. That way I'm not staring at this and like, oh man, I want to enter. Oh, it's looking great. Oh man, it's moving up so much. Then you get the emotions and you're like, oh, let me enter. It wasn't ready. So, but if you have your thought process already laid out, and like here, like I said, at the beginning of the stream, I entered right here. Trying to front run this because, I didn't really want to, I want to get into a trade. Like every time I stream, I want to get into a trade. And for one, I want to win. But for two, I want to show that, you can enter trades. So, or rather, I can enter trades. Let's see here. But yeah, you have to wait for price to develop. And you have to have a thought process of what might happen on the bigger time frame. Because right now I'm zoomed into the 5 minute. But what I'd recommend, of course, the daily, the 4 hour, even the weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, kind of see your overall projection of what might happen. And then if you're planning on scalping, then that's when you go to the very low time frames and you can get all these ups and downs. But if you're looking for a longer term trade, for here, a short would be better long-term trades just due to the current market. If the market was bullish, then your longer term trade, holding it 3 days, 5 days would be bullish if it were in a bullish market. And price can still go up and down. Remember, the only thing price needs to do is go up and down. Very good. Well, I guess, so if this was my channel, I would bounce right now. If this was my channel, I would bounce right now. Because we have a good amount of people in here, but very little answers, whether you agree or disagree. I'm just letting you know, if this was my channel, I'd say, okay, guys, we'll see you later. Bye. That's what I do on my channel. So I'll give you all a heads up. All right. Let's see here. CJ says 1. So they agree. But, okay, I'm okay with that. The reason I was asking, because if you see price reject at a moving average, you will also open interest shorts pile in which is making the price move. Yeah. But you can also go above it like this. Here's a moving average. It went way above it. It went way below it. We have several opportunities to where the price can go up or down. Look at this. Price just whoop, came all the way down. This is just an average of where the candle closed. This is an average. So as long as it goes above it, like by a whole bunch, there's a pretty good chance that it's going to come down to the average. Not because it's a magnet, but because it's an average. Doesn't mean it'll stop there. It can continue. Or it can continue going up until it's done and then come down. But yes. We're going to do this. We're going to do 5 more minutes, guys. We're going to do 5 more minutes. Just out of respect for Piper Academy Network, we're going to do 5 minutes. But yeah, if it was my channel, I would have been gone a long time ago. Just give you a heads up. Let's see here. That's good idea, Lunchable. My charts are so unorganized. Yeah. Got to work on that. Yeah, and put those locks on there because those locks will save you from accidentally deleting it. See here. I do need to set more alerts. Yeah, man, alerts. That's the reason I have the top tier for Trading View, because I set some alerts. Because I want to be, so this question gets asked to me a whole bunch. When do you trade? Do you trade the New York session? Do you trade the London session? Like, when do you trade? I trade when my alerts go off. If that's 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, that's when I trade. And there is a, I don't use this, but I have this because people ask me about it all the time. This is Sessions Countdown Quant View. This is a free indicator that will show you this information. This information says when the sessions start and stop. I don't use it, but I know about it. And people ask me about it, you know, because they only want to trade the London session, or they only want to trade the New York Open or the AM session. I was like, okay, well, this is a thing. I don't use it, but here you go. And it's free. Free is always good. But it's Sessions Countdown a Quant View. I'll leave that up on the screen. But yeah, I love alerts. I trade when my alerts go off because now the trades are coming to me. Now, do I enter a trade only because the alert went off? No. I look to see the price action. What occurred before that alert? Was it just a pump? If it was, I'm not entering. Was it a slow, gradual up and down, what the price action needs to do? And if I see that it's great and it's found support, then I'm entering. Or I might move my alert just a little bit higher, waiting for that retrace to do one more retrace and then break, boom, I'm in. So that's what I do. All right, very good. All right, guys, well, that's it for me. I do thank you very much. You guys are the best. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you who showed up today. You guys are absolutely killing it. Let me go ahead and take this off. Joe, why aren't you looking at my eyes? That's disrespectful. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I had to take that stuff off. But I do thank you guys very much. You guys are the absolute best. We'll see you on the next show. Again, we do this Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go over questions that you have now or haven't thought of yet. There are no dumb questions. If you're a seasoned trader, I strongly encourage you to ask me questions, 1, to test me, and 2, these may be questions that newer traders have not even thought of yet. I do thank you very much, guys. Once again, do I know it all? Definitely don't. I'm always learning. I love learning. I love watching all these other people. But one thing that I am very confident in is my ability to trade. Do I win? Sure. Do I lose? Sure. But I'm showing you my whole thought process along the way. I do thank you once again. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, my name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition We'll see you on the next. See you on the next one. Let's make this money. Take care, guys.
Trade Intuition in the building.
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Warning you
Oh,
about
sorry.
the fake guru.
Sorry about that, guys. That was for my other show. All right, I have a song about fake gurus. All right, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you later. Take care.
The signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, never the mission. Bulls and bears, we ride the wave. Trading crypto, feeling brave. In this game, you gotta save. Stack it up and then behave. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, never the mission. Night and day, we're on the grind. Market swings stay on my mind.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.